Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, toya.dtv. Welcome all kings, queens, and anyone in between. Let's get started on episode 2, season 7, Married to Medicine, Stirring the Teapot. So it's a couple of little quick clips they threw in there. It starts off with the Jackie. Hold up. I just looked at that totally wrong, but okay. Okay, so it starts off with Jackie with one of her patients, and she's joking, telling her she's having twins. Next, they show Quad in the kitchen, and her dog wants to come in the kitchen. She's not allowing it. Simone's taking out the trash, complaining about the boys, complaining about the house being dirty, pretty much. So our first real scene starts with Heavenly and Alora. We watched Alora grow up on the show. Like, it is so cute. Like, she was 8 when Heavenly started on the Married to Medicine. Now she's 13. 13! An official teen. But pretty much this scene, her and Heavenly are going to the nail shop. She's telling her nails are too long. You're only 13. So Heavenly's trying to hold on to her baby. She's trying to hold on to her. She's telling her, you know, you're not dating. And I can feel the change. You don't want to come cuddle with me. You don't want to watch any movies with me or anything like that. You want to just be in your room. And she's like, you're not dating. I want you to know that. And she's like, well, when did you date? Or when did you first start talking to somebody? She was like, I was 15, but he was just my friend. She said, y'all didn't do anything? No, she said, he's just my friend. We just talk on the phone. Alora said, y'all didn't go, like, to the movies? She was like, yeah, we went to the movies. She was like, well, why can't I do that? Heavenly was like, because I'll be jazzed. Black parents. Anyway, just joking. Y'all raise y'all kids the way y'all want to. Hey, it is what it is. And then we move to Contessa and Dr. Scott. This scene bothers me, y'all. But anyway, get into it. Contessa, well, they showed Dr. Scott cooking, feeding the kids, laundry in the kitchen, homework on the counter. Like, he's got a lot going on at one time. So Contessa calls and says she just landed, she's in town, she's on her way home. He's like, okay, I'll see you when you get home. They hang up. So he's fed the kids, they're, you know, good to go, they're in their rooms or whatever. Contessa gets home and she's like, hey, I'm back. And she stopped off at McDonald's to get the kids food before she came home. She didn't mention that to Scott when she was on the phone with them, but it happens. I mean, communication. Communication is key. I could write that on a mountain, y'all. I'm not lying. Communication is key. But anyway, so she came home with McDonald's and the kids had just ate. So she's like, okay, y'all can take this and y'all can go in y'all rooms with it. And he's like, no, I think they really have already had enough. They don't need French fries on top of it. So she took them back or whatever, and that was that. They kind of got into a spat. She was, after the kids left out the room, she was like, you got laundry all in here? Like, it looks like you had a hard time. It's still homework on the counter, the place, the dishes in the sink. And he was like, and after they go to bed and they get put to bed, I will come back and clean all of this up. She said, no, you won't. So it was a tit for tat, back and forth. And I think there's an underlying issue about Contessa going back to school. Not really about her going to school, but more so about her leaving him with the children. So, what happens next? The last thing he stormed off. So the last thing he said was that she said, "Well, I told you that the best thing would probably be for us to move to Nashville." And he's like, "Why do you think it's just so simple to just up and go to Nashville?" And she's like, "Well, I don't think it's simple." He was like, "That's what you want to do. That's not what is best." And he kind of is telling her that you're doing what you want to do, but you're not doing what's best. So that was a sad scene. Next is Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Jackie. They meet up at Bazzotti. They start off, Dr. Jackie, they were talking about a whole lot of stuff from last episode. I don't like that's going to be throughout the whole episode though. But Dr. Jackie pretty much let Heavenly know that she was wrong with how she handled Cecil. Simone is hurt by what Jackie did because in the moment Cecil wasn't working. Simone was in her feelings. She was in her emotions. She's like, I don't know what to do. I want him to work. I want him to take care of the house. I'm stressed out. She's venting to her friend Heavenly. Don't know again how it started. Something got put on Twitter. Heavenly aired the business on Twitter. And Simone got hurt in the process of the fire back to Cecil. So Heavenly did admit to being wrong, and she wasn't the only one wrong, is what she kept saying. So they reminisced a little bit. Before that, they have reminisced a little bit about Damon's event and him, opening his surgical center and everything. So that was that. Then we were looking at Toya at Dr. Simone's office. Toya's sitting on the bed, and we are told that Toya had a miscarriage. It was so crazy because the way they showed it, they said she was between 6.5 to 7 weeks pregnant. And she took the pregnancy test. It said pregnant. She gave it to her oldest son and said, now you got to give it to daddy. So he runs it in the bedroom, in the living room to his dad. And he's like, what? And, they're excited. They're, oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm going to be a big brother. I'm going to be a big brother. And it was very heartbreaking to see the whole part of that unfold. Like, you can see the heartbreak. And I feel like nobody can fake that type of stuff. Like, some people feel that regardless, they don't care for Toya, so they don't care about the situation. Look, when it comes down to a life not making it, that's when normal people would have, feelings. Everybody's not normal. Sad to say. But she was just telling the story, and she was like, we were so happy, I just want to know what went wrong. And Simone was just explaining her, and I love this about Simone. Simone is keeping it professional. She's keeping it professional. And she is there as a professional at this moment, but also sort of like a friend. She didn't get, she didn't get misty-eyed in this particular scene because she wanted to make sure Toya's health was on point. It's something, I can't remember exactly what she said it was, but they have to go back in and recheck to make sure there's no sign of life or anything, an additional life in her. Like, that is so sad to know you got to come back to be checked once again to make sure it's all done and over with. Like, that is sad. But that was Toya's scene, and then after that, they have a little laughy, joking moment. She's like, is it strange that I'm hugging you with this hand that I just examined you with? She's like, no, it's strange that you're hugging me and you were just in my vagina and you're not a man. And I'm like, Toya. Toya. Next we got Contessa, Quad, and Heavenly. They went out to eat, I believe. They went out to eat, and pretty much they having like girl talk. You know, Contessa's mentioning that Dr. Scott they had a conversation about the blow up, and she's saying that her husband is pretty much telling her that he feels like she's pretty much abandoned the family for her education. Like, I can see where that may had happened, but I also think that with stuff like this, you got to be careful how you say it, or careful what you say. It could have still been done. It was, I guess, in just a different way. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So let's see. So then next we get to Heavenly's part when she's I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay, so Quad, Contessa, and Heavenly are still talking, right? So Contessa is pretty much, you know, she's venting. Like, she's pretty much telling all of them that she feels like he's looking at her like a housekeeper, a side chick, not his wife or the mother of his children. So Quad says, that's why you always gotta have your own. I'm gonna leave that alone. Heavenly said, I feel like I know you, Quad, and I feel like it's time for you to date. So of course they talk about all of that. Quad is literally sitting back looking at them like, y'all are really about to do something that I could care less about. That's the look she got on her face. Like, I really could care less. You putting so much energy into this. I really don't care. But Quad mentions that her dad always taught her, don't you lay down with every man that you meet. And Heavenly said, yeah, she said, and I've never been the type to do that. She said, because I don't want their spirits all over me. Heavenly said, I ain't got but one spirit on me because I only been with Daddy. Heavenly has only been with Daddy. That gave us all a good laugh. What happens after that? Oh, I gotta skip back. Okay, so when Jackie and Heavenly are talking, you know, she told Heavenly she's wrong for how she handled Cecil with, you know, being that she's cool with Simone. But Heavenly turned around and told her that Jackie is wrong for doing that to Mariah when Mariah mentioned to her that she was showing her slip. She said, but I wore a pants. Oh my gosh. But yeah, Dr. Jackie's like, I don't know what she wanted from me. Like, I didn't do it on purpose. I didn't think it would be a bad thing, but I don't know what she wanted from me. She was still confused by it. So, not Heavenly. Dr. Jackie says that she wants to get everybody together for an emergency. Emergency. Yes. Dr. Heavenly was very right when she said that was corny. But anywho, so that's the next thing on Jackie's list. So then, the next scene, who we have next? Who did we have next? Who did we have next? Y'all, I got so many notes on this page. This episode was so detailed, it was crazy. So detailed that I can't even follow my own notes. That's how detailed it was. But anyway, the next thing was the actual emergency. Dr. Heavenly brings in Alyssa. She's the spiritual mediator. You know, they show them all getting ready for it and all of that. So, okay, so the mediator asked Dr. Jackie what's going on with her. Since she's like the neutral one in the group, she wanted to know what was going on with her, and another reason why she decided to plan this event for the ladies. So she mentioned that her, Heavenly, and Simone were very, very close. And she starts crying, y'all. So it goes beyond what we see. They are real friends. They are really real friends. And she starts crying. She's like, look, when you got two friends that don't get along and you still get along with both of them, you feel torn. You feel hurt. So she just wants them to resolve it. So again, they show, you know, each individual person getting ready and all that. Now, on the way, Toya and Simone rode together. I gotta say, I like their relationship. I like Toya and Simone's relationship. I do. Simone called Heavenly a lunatic because she said, you don't do that to a girlfriend. A girlfriend comes to you and vent. You don't go air out what she said about her husband to the world. And I don't know about her being a lunatic, but I agree with Simone. It's just certain stuff you don't do. Okay, then we got Mariah and Heavenly arriving to the party in the same dress. Looks like a similar hat. I don't know if it's the same or not, but it looks to be very similar. But they look good. They both look good in the blue. They both look good. I don't know why they can't just compliment each other and leave it at that. Gosh. But, so Jackie got it set up where she got all of these emotions in this jar, and they're on a stick. So everybody's pulling, everybody's taking turn pulling sticks, okay? So it first starts off with Mariah. So Mariah chose, and Mariah mentions that she can't understand why Dr. Jackie repeated what she heard about her doing drugs. I know I talked about this last episode, and, you know, they keep repeating the same stuff. But a part of the reason is because they are not dealing with it. They have not dealt with it yet. So it's going to keep coming up and keep coming up because it's not being dealt with. Mariah is hurt that Jackie repeated it. Okay? She's hurt. She don't trust it. She don't trust Jackie anymore because Jackie repeated something that, you know, to Mariah is not true. Next, they show Simone. She's hurt by Heavenly, of course, due to the tit and tat that Cecil and Heavenly got into over Twitter. So Heavenly, it was her turn to go, and her card said confused because she said her response was she was confused, and her response was, dare not speak on someone else's flaws until you have removed the plank from your own eye. Toya says, that's some bull. That's some bull. That's not the Bible. Girl, you need to go to a couple of Bible studies or Oh my gosh. Like, if you don't know, don't say anything. It's kind of that simple. But girl, anywho. But yeah, heavily threw the Bible scripture out there, you know. So, you know, they was all accolades for that. Oh, she threw the scripture, she threw the scripture. Don't beat people with the Bible, y'all. I'm telling you. Don't beat people with the Bible. The Bible is not meant for you to beat people over the head with it, okay? That's not what Heavenly did. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. Just because you know Bible verses don't mean anything. Just because you can quote some. Okay? I just feel like sometimes people get ahead of themselves just because they can quote a couple of scriptures. Like, alright. Anybody that can read can quote scriptures, you know. But then next is Toya's turn. And she picked up the one that said disappointed. Toya is very emotional at this, and she said, well, I'm disappointed because I feel like I used the word friend too loosely. I feel like Toya will be cool. I mean, yeah, she got her ways, but don't everybody? I feel like Toya will be cool. But yeah, she started, you know, tears flowing. She's like, this month has been a hard month for me. And she does not mention what she's been through. She said she does not want to. In the confessional, she mentioned that she doesn't want to because these girls or these ladies are all about themselves. They're not about, you know, caring for others. So I'm glad Toya has her husband to support her through this, even though she's more so holding him up because it hit him a little harder than her. Then it's Quad's turn. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was edited. But Quad was talking and talking and talking and talking. The first thing she started with was she's disappointed how the ladies treated her when they wanted to be all in her marriage and she wanted to deal with it by herself. She felt like they kind of turned against her. I honestly don't know what else she said because I think it was edited. But how long do y'all think she was actually talking though? Like, not edited. How long do y'all think she was really talking about like real stuff? Like real, I wish they would have like said some more things that really hit something, like really pierced maybe somebody's heart or something, like, but they was just showing us stuff that was like, okay. But I mean, it is what it is. When you're on a show, you risk the chance of being edited. So that's what it looked like happened. At the end, they kind of gathered together for prayer, which prayer helps. After that, I did see a couple of people go and talk to the person they had a problem with. I saw Mariah go talk to Dr. Jackie. She told Dr. Jackie, it's just not cool to repeat something that's negative, pretty much. And I agree. Like, if she did or if she didn't, it is what it is. Like, it's not to be spreaded. Like, anyway. After that, you know, Quad did reach out at that event and asked Simone, would she have a one-on-one session with her to try to figure out what happened with their friendship. So Simone is at the restaurant waiting on Quad. Quad comes an hour after Simone gets there. An hour. Simone looked like she was half asleep by the time Quad got there. But Simone was still nice about it. She's, you know, they talked a little bit. And I was right, y'all. Quad was still mad about the crab boil. Quad was still mad about what happened last season last year at Heavenly's house. I was 100% right. So it's just weird. Like, to me, that conversation could have happened anytime they was on those vacations. They could have just sorted it out. They could have sorted through it. But somehow it's still in her heart that she haven't forgiven her for that. And even though they showed the part of the reunion where Simone and Cecil, they said they would be there for her through this divorce, even then she was still holding on to it. So that's kind of sad, So Simone is like, I know you're not talking to me about something from last year. And Quad was like, yes, I am. Let's resolve it. She was like, we talked about that last year. And she was like, let's talk about it now. So Quad came in like on another page. I don't know if she was already annoyed or whatever. But y'all, let me tell you what it proves though. If you wait for somebody to come to a restaurant an hour after y'all was supposed to meet, you were ready to mend that friendship. She was not. She was not. But Simone, I got to give it to you. You were ready, you were mature, and you did what you had to do. At this point, you can walk away with your hands up and say you did what you had to do. So that was it for the episode, y'all. Coming up next, Contessa and Dr. Scott are still going at it, and I don't like that. I don't like to see any marriage go through anything. Like, I know you got to go through stuff, but I don't like to see the bickering back and forth. The communication stuff, that's what I don't like to see. I like positivity. Next episode again, Mariah's still gonna be talking about the drug thing. Heavenly, oh my God, she is talking to Alora about, well, you got any questions about sex? Alora's like, no. But I mean, if I was Alora, I wouldn't talk to my mom about sex either. That lady is crazy. That lady is crazy. Well, me and Daddy, we do it light. I believe Heavenly would take it there. Me and Daddy, well, we make sure your daddy's satisfied every night. Heavenly has no cap, okay? So let's see, what else? The last one I think they showed, they are setting up Simone and Heavenly to talk, but they don't know it, I don't think. So, y'all, I don't think next episode is going to be any better. I feel like we are going to repeat the same stuff over and over and over until some sort of real solution and real communication happens. Until then, I don't know. It's like everything's on hold. Everything's on pause. But anyway, y'all, that was season 7, episode 2, Married to Medicine. I'm excited still, but I really want Simone and Quad to fix it. At this point, it's not Simone, it's Quad. And I don't know what changed. I don't know what changed or why Quad decided to come an hour late. She's late for everything, but when you mean business, you're not late because you know what you got to do. Anyway, y'all, that's my review. VA out.